Right. See how I sound? Am I live? Right. See how I sound?
Why does it sound like that?
Am I live? Right.
That does not sound
See
good.
how I sound?
Why does it sound like that?
Am I live?
Testing.
Right.
That does not sound
See
good.
how I sound?
Why does it sound like that? Testing. Testing. All right, guys. I think I sound good. I think I do. I hope I do. I feel like I do. You guys can see here. I'll put my microphone like this. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, okay, there we go. I sound good. Yeah. Anyway, so we got 3 people in here. Again, I am here with Carl's Garage. Today is a pretty big day. Just wanted to let you guys know. Yeah, I'm here to help. I know it's been a very long time since you've seen my face, especially on Carl's Garage. I have been trying to post shorts and stuff like that, but I'm here to actually answer people's questions, help people out. I'm actually helping a guy out right now on Instagram. I've been going back and forth with him. Shout out to you, man. In fact, I'll read off people's names as much as I can to help everybody out. Whoa, whoa. Discard. I don't know why everything's so loud. So, everybody named Mama's blowing me up all of a sudden. I'm live right now on YouTube. So, where's this guy? Mr. Nate. Mr. Nate. Mr. Nate. Helping Mr. Nate on Instagram. I got a Miss Brittany McLeod. I'm live. Understood. Thank you. Where can I find the book? Found it. Thanks. Thank you very much. Very much. I am on live now helping people. So I'm on live now, helping as many people as I can. What did Ian say? Oh, okay. Yep. So, and then somebody else reached out to me. But I did want to, there was a lady who sent an email, and I wanted to say thank you, Miss Cindy. She said, thank you. Thank you to you as well. I'm very happy I came across your videos before I contacted the dealer. I've only owned my 2013 Optima Hybrid. Those are also part of the recall, so don't forget about that. Hybrid for 5 months, and I wasn't aware of the class action lawsuit. Yeah, if you own a 2013, and that's why I titled this "Don't Buy a Kia or Hyundai in 2024," because people are still buying, a 2023 Optima or Kia or Hyundai in 2024, thinking like, "Ooh, this is a good car." People, they look nice and it's cleaned up and it's got a sunroof and all this other stuff, and it's a piece of crap car. Or, "Ooh, I need something that's good on gas. I'll get a cheap hybrid." And again, these dealers are not telling you. They're not telling people, we know your car is going to go out. So again, in 5 months, she said, and I wasn't aware of the class action lawsuit, and I am getting rod knock. So she just bought this car, and in 5 months, she's already getting rod knock. Let's see how I sound. I want to just check myself, check my audios. Yeah, and she's already getting Rondock. So she said, and you were extremely helpful in pointing me in the right direction, and most importantly, how to approach the dealership. Hopefully, mine will be another success story for you, Cindy. Thank you, Miss Cindy. Truly appreciate it. Mr. Nate, his story. I mean, his thing is huge. He's got so much going on with his story. So I'm kind of really, I might do his on Straight Outta Content just to kind of make it a real big deal out of it. But he actually has the KSDS. He's in Arizona and they're screwing him over. He contacted one dealer, and then I think we're trying to get him, or we're trying to work together to contact a few other dealers. The good thing is he is on the line with Kia's reimbursement program, which is good. So you want to be on the line with Kia reimbursement program, because if you had spent any money, which a lot of people have, and we'll get to these questions here soon, if you have spent any money, then at least you can attempt to get it reimbursed. So again, I go live for some reason today. These books, the Kia Hyundai Engine Settlement Handbook, is going crazy. It is going crazy. I woke up, these sales are over and over and over and over and over. Like people are getting these books. I don't know what happened today. Maybe I don't know. We've been working and stuff like that. I don't know what video is causing everybody to kind of jump in and get the book, but I truly appreciate it. Got 5 people watching. If you are here, please leave a comment. Let me know what is going on with your car. Again, I'm taking time out of my day, out of everything else that we got going on with the business to help you guys out there, because I truly appreciate everybody who's purchasing a Kia Hyundai handbook, a guide to help you getting your engine replaced. Remember, you can get it in 2 places. You can get it directly a link from, you can click the link in the description down below and then it'll take you there and you can purchase it. Or you can go over to, click the link also and it'll take you to Amazon and you can purchase it. Let me show you guys what's in the book, because a lot of people ask, and I just want to make sure that you guys know what value you are getting in the book. And I am not in the right, I need to go over here to this one. X out of there, go to my drive. And again, guys, please leave comments so that I can be interactive with you. I'm gonna read some comments over here, but let me go grab this book first so that we can kind of go over it together, what's inside the book. Carl's Garage, here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys. So whenever you purchase the book from me, you're gonna get this link right here, or the link is gonna take you right here. And then once the link takes you here, you just double click inside of it and you're gonna have access to all of these documents. You have access to all of these documents, and then what's cool about the book, this is the owner's pamphlet, but what's great about the book, this is the actual book right here. So what's great about the book is whenever you, and again, do this on a computer, but whenever you open it up and you scroll down here, again, read everything. Please read everything. Don't just get the book, then immediately call me or email me or something like that. I am extremely busy. We are running our business and everything else. So I appreciate everybody getting the book, but the answers are in the book. That's why I wrote it. I wrote it to help everybody out there. And again, the sales are going crazy. I don't know what it is about today, April 29th. I don't know what's going on today, but the book is going crazy. We woke up to sale after sale after sale after sale for the book. So I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. But what's great about the book is all of these links are clickable. So if you click Carl's Garage playlist, every video that I ever make will be added to this playlist, ever. So for Carl's Garage, you have access to all these videos. You guys got to do your research. I get a lot of questions, and once we read these comments, you'll see there's a lot of questions that I have already answered in all of these videos. You just got to sit down and watch them. And then we got the second playlist. All of these videos from Straight Outta Content, I included in there. So if I make anything on Straight Outta Content, it's automatically included into the list, and then it comes over here, and then Kia Engine Settlement YouTube playlist. I also have these videos as well. Look, this is one of my most recent videos. I haven't posted in about a month, so these are the most recent videos. But you gotta watch these. Go all the way back. Find your car. Again, look all the way down to part 1 a year ago. So it's extremely important that you guys, once you get the book, you got to really do your research. Drink some coffee here before I read my first comment. You need something, Mama? You need your shoe? It's underneath. So yeah, I truly appreciate everybody. No, you know what? I want to see, this one lady's comment is really important to me. So 24 minutes ago, I need somebody in the chat. I need somebody to say what's up. Let me know where you're from. It says I have 6 current viewers right now. So I'm going to do this again on Straight Outta Content as well, my main channel. As you can see, I'm wearing the Straight Outta Content merch. Straight Outta Content. I used to actually sell merch for Carl's Garage, but I kind of stopped it. Maybe I'll do it again. But leave a comment, guys. Please leave a comment. Ask me some questions. Again, this is for live chat. Oh my God, I didn't have live chat on. You guys are talking. I'm sorry. Hey Josh. I'm tripping. You could tell I haven't done this in a while, yo. I didn't have live chat on. It just said top chat and it was black. My bad. Okay, so We got Josh, 16 Hyundai Sonata, 2.4 liter, 129,000 miles, performed KSDS, burning oil rate, quart every 500 miles. Yep, I was there. I was there. Fouling spark plugs every 7,000 miles or so, adding oil and cleaning plugs. Other than that, it runs decent. Josh, I purchased a book as well and prepare you for when it goes. Josh said, Paul, the guide includes the information for the oil consumption test. Yeah, so Josh, everybody out there, again, I'm sorry, guys, that I just missed your comments. So Josh, so that you know, remember, I think I'm gonna have to go into my thing, but I have the video where I tell you guys that the class action lawsuit for the oil was dismissed. So that must be in this new settlement. Kia denied, this one, recall, a lawsuit dismissed. So these two videos right here, I don't know why there's two of them, but this video right here, the lawsuit for the oil consumption, the class action lawsuit for the oil consumption. So don't forget, there's a class action lawsuit for the Theta 2 engine and the other engine, the 2.0, the 1.6 liter. There's that also applies too, but it's a little more difficult, the NU MPI engine. But as you're looking right here on the screen, there was a class action lawsuit for the oil consumption because we all faced it. So not only is our engine going to go out, but we also face this crazy oil consumption, having to put oil in it. I did too. I have videos on the channel, I think over here, of how to maybe fix it. I definitely did the valve cover gasket. Oh, right here. So oil switch, how to replace your oil switch. Right here, engine failure. My engine almost went out on my Kia. Engine oil light came on. So that was an oil pressure switch that I had to do it. My car left me stranded. So all these videos are up. This right here is me doing the valve cover. My wife helped me crazy hours trying to do the valve cover. So to answer Josh's question, if you have fouled spark plugs, you got to do the valve cover. That to me, you only are going to get oil like that. Not only, but 99% chances are whenever you have a lot of oil like that at your spark plugs, your valve cover is bad. And the valve covers on these things go really bad, and then they shoot oil everywhere. So change the valve cover gasket. It's not easy. I don't know how mechanically inclined you are, but it's not easy. But I do have a video, two-part video on how to do that step by step, the most in-depth video period there is on how to change a valve cover gasket to help oil from stop going in there. One thing I suggest is to always record, film, even if you only do a short or something like that, always record, film every oil change that you did. I did, even if I didn't post it, I still filmed it or I went live doing it just to keep my records back when I had my Kia Optima, which I do not. Third, I always and only use synthetic oil in any vehicle that I've ever owned, period, except for that Chevy. Except for that, I did not use synthetic oil in that, but I didn't have it long enough to even change the oil. Yeah, I never even had it long enough to change the oil. So, but I do suggest synthetic oil does make these cars last a little bit longer. He's at 129,000 miles. I had my Kia Optima at all the way up to 160 something thousand miles, and it was still running. Was it going to blow up? Yes, and that's the risk that I didn't want to take with driving it until it blows up, because that's the only way that they're going to replace the engine. So Mr. Josh, so hopefully those answer your two questions, and unfortunately, you will have to just keep putting oil in it until it goes out. So it does run for you, and you do have the KSDS, so he is good. Appreciate you for purchasing the book. And again, you are locked and loaded for when the engine goes out. Do I suggest that you keep driving that car until the engine goes out on you on the highway? No, I don't. And that's the reason why I got rid of mine. Come and take it. I don't care. We don't care. We're not worried about that. We got another car. Not everybody's in the same position as we are in. So I can't recommend that you do that either, but maybe a trade-in. Maybe you go trade it in for like a Toyota or a Honda or something like that. Even I'd stay away from Infiniti and Nissan because of the transmissions, but at least it's better than, a Chevy. No, they are not better than a Chevy. I'm saying, if you're going to trade in your car, get one of those brands. As far as Japanese, I'd stay with Toyota, Honda. American, I'd stay with Chevy, Ford. I'm not really into Dodges like that. The Rams are decent depending on what year you get, especially if you're getting a truck. I would stay away from all their cars because all their V6s are horrible. with Chrysler and Dodge and Stellantis, or whatever its name is now. Anyway, I'm getting off tangent. Okay, so let me go on to Paul, and I see your comments, Josh. I see them popping up. I'm gonna get to them. Just let me get to Paul and a few other people, but I see you, Josh, at the bottom. Oh, and agree, Toyota, Honda. Yeah, perfect, man. Appreciate that. So Paul Everett says, my girlfriend has a 2017 Kia Sorento, owner original, approximately 72,000 miles. It's eating oil. Does the TSB 22 require 3 first level assessment? She did have the KSDS recall done in 2019. Any advice? Yeah, it just, again, everything that I just said pertaining to the oil, there's no fix, there's no nothing. They don't care that the engines burn this oil. There's nothing that anybody can do. I'd say keep the oil changes documented. You already got the KSDS, that's great. Make sure you keep that paperwork because they will try to screw you. Like I said, I'm talking to a guy right now who he has the KSDS and they're still not trying to replace his engine. Make sure you keep full synthetic oil in there and change that valve cover gasket. I assume you got the, well, you didn't say what engine size you have, but I assume you have the 4-cylinder because the V6s aren't covered in the KSDS. He said, I purchased a book guide as well to prepare for when it goes out. Paul says, the way I interpreted the TSB 222, only one failed test qualified you to move on to the soak down test. Again, I never did any. I just, to be very transparent with you guys, I never did any of those tests when I had my Kia. Because it doesn't make any sense. I have it right here. It comes in the document whenever you buy the book. It comes with the documents. Where is it? Is it this one? Is it the oil consumption test? I think this right here, technical service bulletin. I think this goes over all the oil consumption and stuff like that. Yeah, this dumbass test. Why? You're wasting my time. That's like me having like a wild disease and then going to the doc, like confirm, like I know I have this disease, and I go to the doctor and they're just like, well, we want to test again. It's like, my boy, let's start working on a solution. Why would you retest me? I already been over here. I know what's going on. I know what I have. Like, you know what I mean? Like I tested positive for COVID. Like I don't need to come in again and retest for COVID. I know I have it. I did the test at home. I have COVID. I'm here because I need my Paxlovid or my medicine or a Z-Pack or something like that. This right here, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Why are you doing an oil consumption test? You know the car burns oil. It doesn't make any sense. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, you know, you are a Kia dealer. You know these cars are shit. They're just doing it just to waste your time. The only thing you need to go to the dealer for is the KSDS. If your car is still running, the only thing you need to go to the dealer for is the KSDS. That's it. I mean, now again, if they're doing this test to tell you that when your engine blows, they will replace it and they have to do this test in order to proceed in replacing your engine, that's fine. If you're gonna waste my time, document it, right? Get it documented so that this way, when they waste your fucking time, you can go back when your engine blows and say, hey, look, you wasted my time, right? I got the paperwork. Go ahead and replace my engine because I'm dealing with a guy right now and they are giving him high hell to replace his engine and he has the KSDS. And usually that's like, you know, the end all be all to get your engine replaced. But these are great questions. I'm so glad I got at least 8-7 people in here. Dang, somebody just left that are asking questions and I'm getting to everybody. D said, I just had my daughter's 2015 Sonata engine replaced free of charge. Plus they gave her a loaner car for a month free of charge. Yeah, I don't know what state you're in, D, but you are one of the lucky ones. They used to do that. When this thing first started, when I started 3-4 years ago, yeah, they were doing that all day. But they ran out of loaner cars. They ran out of loaner cars because everybody's car is messing up. Josh says, I'll pull the guide includes information for the consumption. TSB 222 or something else. The book, Josh says, correct. I'm aware the oil consumption in separate issue and class section dismissed on that. Thanks for verifying everyone. Josh says, valve cover gasket and PCV valves made no change in oil consumption, just living with it. Well, yeah, and again, I have videos on the PVC. And I mean, you want to do those things because they are normal maintenance, right? They are normal maintenance. I have those videos doing the PVC, doing the oil consumption, doing the oil test right here. Oil cap, I changed my oil cap and my PVC. I didn't know. I didn't freaking know. So I'm just doing everything. But I did. I changed the oil cap on my Honda. On my Hyundai. I changed the PVC right here because it was burning oil. I changed the oil pressure switch. I did it all. And again, you have to do all these things, right? So if you don't do these things, they can knock you. If they want to be a-holes, they can be like, well, you didn't do the maintenance on the vehicle. Therefore, you're the reason why the engine blew, right? I've seen it. They've done it. Not all of us are lucky like Mr. D. Mr. DJ, valve cover, agree Toyota. And then I guess my point is if you follow all the tests and it continues to fail after the soak down test, the documents say the dealer should replace the engine. Yeah, again, they're not gonna, I mean, you might get lucky. Everybody's situation, whoever that is that just joined and got 9 people in here, thank you very much. Everybody's situation is so different because again, I never had I was locked and loaded with my dealer, Beck and Maston, ready to go. Like they had already, I had been on phone calls with them, done videos and stuff like that, sent so many people to them to get their engines replaced. They're like ready to go back when I had the car. Come on and bring it in. I never had to do that stupid oil test because they were like, there's no reason for our techs to waste time doing this test when we know the result is your engine's gonna go anyway. So again, if you have the time for them to do that and it's what that specific dealer needs to do in order to put you in a new engine, great. I haven't seen anybody fail that test and get a new engine. Like they just keep their car and get a new engine. I haven't seen it, but you might be the first one. I see a lot of firsts all the time since I've been doing this. So you might be the first one that, they're like, oh, okay. Usually they tell you, and I have videos, I forgot. It's a very old video when they tell me the engine has to blow or they won't replace it. It's it's like me holding the phone up. Babe, you need me for anything? No. Okay. D says, I'm in Massachusetts. The engine seized with only 90,000. Shout out to Mass. I'm from upstate New York, so we're like cousins. It's like an hour. Massachusetts is like an hour from us. The engine seized with only 90,000 miles on it. I had the car towed down to them and they went over it and told me they would replace it without yeah, see? It's just luck. It's really just luck. And what state, I even told the dude in Arizona, I'm like, yo, you might want to try another state. You might, whoever's next to you, New Mexico, Utah, I don't know, Nevada, you might want to try another state because each state kind of treats their customers differently. And then each dealer, remember, it's not a Kia thing. Each dealer is responsible for starting the process to replace your engine. So just remember that. So DJ, you got super lucky, man. Again, if you want to share the dealership that did it for you, right? We don't want to knock everybody, even though I want to knock Kia. I'm not going to knock the individual dealerships because they're not the ones who manufacture the car. So if there are any good dealerships out here, like I always rep Beck and Maston because they've been doing good for so long. And if there's anybody else out there that wants to shout out the dealership that did them right, go ahead, please do. And I will say it in this video because those are the people that we need because they know these cars, are trash. And that's what I said in the title. Don't buy a Hyundai or Kia in 2024. It's a really, really, really bad financial decision. You can get certain cars from like the auction, right? You can get certain cars from the auction, all these third-party dealers, right? Especially if you didn't get your car from, an actual Hyundai or Kia official dealer. You got it at Bill's Auto Body or, you know what I mean? Or whatever the hell you got it from. CarMax, right? CarMax pushes a lot of these cars, all these, Auto World or whatever it's called. These places push a lot of these cars and they're all getting them right off the street, right? Those dealers get these cars from the auction anyway. So they're just here to just make money, make money, make money, make money. And they are, you get all these Hyundai, I'm seeing all these awards for Hyundai and Kia and I'm just looking like, wow, they really do a really good job of marketing. I found the scale too. I forgot what it's called. It's called a scale. I seen a video. I actually sent it to you, babe. You seen it? Mm-mm. It's a book where it's intentional. And I commented, I was like, oh, this is what Ninja Transfers did. So this is what Kia did. It's an actual like practice. and it's the guy who wrote the book. He's with his like he's doing like a there's an AI version of him speaking in his voice. It's 100%. It looks just like him, but it's not actually him. Oh, right here. So I'm not going to play it because I don't know if I'm going to get flagged. But he wrote, I forgot what the heck the name of the book is. I need to screenshot it. Give me 1 second, guys. Digital twin. And then it's really cool. But anyway, he wrote a book and is it the scale? And it's talking about how fast, how business, blitz scaling. It's called blitz scaling. So that's what Kia did. They didn't care about, remember, because who was Kia in the 90s? I was born in 85. Kia was not a car. Kia really, until that Optima, I'm just gonna be honest, when that new model Optima came out and then they got with the NBA and then they had people like Blake Griffin dunking over it, and I want to say even Shaq was down too, and he's like, you can't fit in the Optima or something like that. But I know when they got with the NBA and then they had people dunking, they had it all in the dunk contest and stuff like that. They were just worried about pumping pumping product out at a low price to get market share. And that's exactly what they did. And during the process, during the blitz scaling process, and I see your comment, DJ, the dealership was McGovern Hyundai in Brookton, Massachusetts. Awesome. Shout out to them. So that's what Kia and Hyundai and then even Genesis did. They just blitz scaled their entire business to get a big market share. They didn't care about quality. They just cared about quantity, price, and getting it out there. And unfortunately, when you do that, it's great for them. It's 100% great for business for them, 1,000%. But it does come at a risk, and the risk is, people's, injuries, right? Remember, these cars were also catching on fire. Not only were the engines going out, they're catching on fire. Not only were they catching on fire, you can't, they're getting stolen, right? It's a super easy car to steal with just a USB port. Just a USB like thing or whatever. All you do is pop the thing off, stick it in there, you can turn the key. Like there's so many issues that was going on with these cars, but they blitz scaled their way to success. And that's the reason why I'm like, you don't, out of all the car makers in the world, you don't have to go with them. I know it's cheap. I know it's a cheap car. And people ask me, well, what if I buy one from the junkyard? Or what if I buy one from the auction really cheap? Again, you're going to have to keep a motor around. It's not like I can go buy a 2011 Toyota Camry or Corolla or Avalon or what else? Or Sequoia or 4Runner, right? Or a Honda Accord or a Honda Civic or a Honda Pilot, or even like a Chevy Tahoe. I can go get all of these cars, Ford Explorer. I can go get all of these cars from the auction, and they're gonna run. Like you know what I mean? Like each one might run a little bit longer than the other, but the small maintenance that I got to do to keep them running, I'm not worried because I got it for cheap, and I'm not gonna have to replace the entire engine. I might have to do a water pump, right? I might have to do a valve cover. I might have to do some, in the Chevys, they had like lifter issues and stuff like that. At max, you may have to do a transmission, but you can get those a dime a dozen, especially in Chevy vehicles. You're not really worried about that in Toyotas. The Toyotas, you don't have to do anything. It's everything else, the power steering pump, the AC compressor, which again went bad on my Kia. All these things also went bad on my Kia. And the engine was on its way out. Like they're just really poorly made, but they made so many of them and they marketed so well that people still in 2024 think a Kia or a Hyundai is a good car. And it's just not. And anybody that suggests a Kia or Hyundai to you in 2024 is a fucking moron. Like a complete idiot. They don't know anything about cars and how they run, what cars are known for reliability and which ones aren't. They're just telling you, yeah, it looks nice, yeah, and it comes with features and all this other stuff. But again, in life, you get what you pay for, right? You're gonna pay more for the cars of its class, you're gonna pay more. That's the reason why they market, oh, it's cheaper than a brand new, Camry, or it's cheaper than a brand new RAV4. Yeah, you're right. It is cheaper than a brand new RAV4. A Sonata, I mean, not a Sonata, what are we looking at? A Sorrento? Yeah, a Sorrento. A Sorrento is cheaper than a brand new RAV4. It is cheaper than a 4Runner. It is cheaper than a Sequoia. It is. What's the other one out there? What's the other, you know, Toyota or Honda, Honda Element, right? It's cheaper than all these. It is, but it's cheaper for a reason, because they're using cheaper things. It's not like that they're using high quality materials and the way that their assembly line is set up, that they can make sure that there's no debris and stuff like that that's getting into these engines. They could care less. They're like, look, just get it out as fast as possible so that we can get these sales. Okay, so Mr. Alex says, I have an 11 Sonata. I thought my engine was drinking oil. It wasn't, but I think my cat is clogged. Can the dealer help me? Also, my starter is out. How do I know my engine will go out soon? You know your engine is going to go out soon because you have a 2011 Hyundai Sonata. That's the tall tale side right there. That's the what is it called? The smoking bullet. That's it right there. The smoking gun. You found it. You found the knife and the glove, and there's blood on it. That's it right there. You have a 2011 Hyundai Sonata. Automatically, you have the 2.4 liter Theta 2 engine in there, whether or not it's a 2 liter or 2.4 liter. That engine has a massive recall on it. The reason why you're burning oil is because they also burn a lot of oil, and you have to change the valve cover. Everything that you see right here, you have to do all of these things. So your oil pressure switch, you're probably going to get in there and think your valve cover. You got to do your valve cover because that had a very, very bad valve cover. Oil leak. Where else is it? Where's the oil pressure? I'm showing everybody. I was just talking about this to everybody else. Oil pressure switch. You might get in here to the. Where's the cap? Did I do? Is the cap in this video? Is the cap in this video? You might think it's all these things, but again, it's just the engine. The engine is just poorly bad. So it's once it starts burning all that oil, it's telling you it's on its way out. The only thing that you need ASAP is the KSDS. You have to have not have to, but get that KSDS, which is the knock sensor detection software update on that car. So when it does go out, you can, before it goes out, it'll kick it into limp mode. And then whenever you bring it to the dealer, they'll say, oh, hey, you have the KSDS. Okay, so we'll start the process to replace the engine. And Mr. DJ, who just put up that dealership, if you look in the comments, he's already had his engine replaced pretty seamlessly. He explained to us that it was done super easy. So there's a few other people who are kind of waiting for their engines to blow. But again, in order to get your engine replaced, it has to blow. As far as the catalytic converter, that has nothing to do with the engine. Those things are just bad. It's just poorly made. And don't let them, because I've seen a lot of dealerships try to charge you for a catalytic converter. I've got the KSDS. I'm the third owner of mine, so no warranty, just rock bearing warranty. I don't know what a rock bearing is. The warranty doesn't matter because we're talking about a recall. I literally have a video on that where I answered a lady talking about, right here, warranty versus recall. Right here, because a lot of people keep bringing up warranty to me. It's a used car. There's no warranty. Unless you're the original owner, there's no warranty. And the engine replacement doesn't apply to warranty. So that's why I made this video right here. Warranty versus recall. Your warranty doesn't cover a new engine. I'm saying this for everybody else who's going to watch this later on. That's what I'm saying. Rod bearing, sorry, no problem. Yeah, I don't want you to think that I'm speaking directly to you as if like you don't know the difference, but there are a lot of people who don't know the difference. So I had to make a video letting people know who bring up warranty to me, like that has nothing, a warranty wouldn't have replaced your engine anyway. I have oil consumption problem, Kia problems, Kia Optima 15, can I get a motor? No, that's what I was just talking about in the other videos as well. Your oil consumption, again, here's me, both videos are changing the valve cover, gasket. That was, you guys gotta, did you buy the book? You guys really gotta watch all my content that I put out, because that's this right here. The oil consumption class action lawsuit was dismissed by the courts. So, and which basically is a win for Kia and Hyundai, because if they had lost that case, then they would have had to start issuing money and stuff like that to get your engine replaced or to fix the oil consumption, but they won. So it got thrown out. So you and your oil, you just shit out of luck. That's really it at the end of the day. You're going upstairs. You know what I mean? It's just, you need me for anything? Okay. Make sure you guys smash that like button. We had 30 views, people, a couple 30 people. So make sure you guys please hit the like button. I only got 3 likes, but that'll help the video. But yeah, so that's to answer your question as best as I can, that there's not much that you can do with the oil. You can only get a new motor if your engine goes out, period. That's the only way that they're going to give you a new motor. Your engine has to go out. And just like the other guy said, Mr. Alex, I hope that you have the KSDS, because if you don't have that software on your car, they will try to deny you 100%. They're going to do whatever the heck they can to say your car, oh, dang it. They're going to do whatever the heck they can to say your car doesn't meet the requirements. So sad, I need a new car. Yeah, I don't know. I bought mine years ago, but as you can see, I'm able to do everything. There's not much I can't do, even on my Lexus. There's not much I can't do, but I already know all the issues. When I bought my Lexus, I already know all the issues that go on with the Lexus. I just got done changing the second rear wheel bearing on a car that I bought with 29,000 miles on it. It's 90-something thousand miles on it now, and those rear wheel bearings go bad in it. I know all the things that go wrong with my current Lexus, and I was understanding that 2 things I won't have to worry about is that motor and that transmission. I ain't got nothing to worry about. I'll fix everything else. That's easy. But do they also have a defect? Yes, the Lexus, the Toyota V6. I forgot what year. What's the youngest year? But the Toyota V6, they're known for having valve cover gasket leaks, especially if you press on them, or if you put like 300,000 miles on them. There was like a small nick in the aluminum of the block where the valve cover meets. And it's just something that you got to deal with. My barber has a 2010 Lexus GS 350, and he has a valve cover leak, but he's pushing 300,000 miles. So, and he owns the car outright, so he could really care less. It still drives perfectly fine. He's got it dropped, slammed, still drives. It'll drive another 200, 300,000 miles because he doesn't push on it, but it does have that small leak. So I just suggest to people, trade in your car. Before the engine goes out, trade in your car. He says, I've heard people letting their engines run dry and fail and have rod bearing covered under warranty and get a new engine. First off, you keep using the word warranty, and warranty doesn't apply to recall. They're 2 entirely separate things. Entirely separate things. And if anybody runs their engine dry, because that's not what happens. So when when that rod bearing breaks and snaps and sends enough vibration to the KSDS that should be on your car when it happens, it triggers limp mode in the car, which then leaves a code in the car. So when they scan it, they know this is directly related to rod bearing. If you leave no oil in the car, there's going to be a different issue, because now not only are the rod bearings going to dry up, but what's going to damage first is the piston. You leave no oil, there's no lubrication, so the piston's going to stop in the cylinder. When the piston stops in the cylinder, the rod will break. So they're going to be like, this isn't indicative of rod bearing issues. This is a sign of lack of oil, which equals lack of maintenance, which means it's your fault. So I don't know who the hell said that, but that's like one of the dumbest ideas I've ever heard in my entire life. These mechanics and specialists aren't stupid. Even me, I don't have my ASC certification anymore because I haven't touched a car in well over a decade outside of my own vehicles and on Carl's Garage Straight Outta Content. But I would be able to tell they left the oil out. Even if you were to do it, leave the oil out, pour the oil back in, and then send it, they can tell. That's like really stupid. I hope nobody out there is doing that. I really do. That would be extremely stupid. The mechanic said that the motor blow, but if no oil is in, they will deny the motor, right? You might have to rewrite that, because I don't know what you mean. And what mechanic? Where did you take your car? Because I'm letting you guys know right now, if you let a third-party mechanic touch your car, they're going to avoid the warranty. I mean, they're going to avoid the recall. They're going to avoid the recall. I can guarantee it. I've seen it. I've been helping people, and I've got videos talking to Kia, Beck and Master Kia up here, and they were like, if you let anybody else touch that car, even yourself, if you go in there and you try to change the rod bearings yourself or you try to do something, automatic, you're not getting a new engine, whether or not you got the KSDS or not. It has to be a certified Kia Hyundai dealership that touches your car. Yes, trade it for a 1500. Oh, I don't know. I forgot what car you said that you had. A 15 Optima. Yeah, I don't know. Again, they're not worth much. They're really not worth much. It really sucks, but. Oh, Kia dealer? Okay, bet. Oh, dang. He said, oh, dang, I didn't know that. Forums. Oh, yeah, people on the forums are idiots. People on the forums will set you up. That's the reason why I make content like this and try to go live, because I'm really here just to help as many people as possible, period. Period. And again, remember, the book is on sale for $10. And it's just, all it is just everything all in one place for you. But it's not like that I'm making anything private, right? You can go and click all of these videos yourself and do all of the research yourself. It's not like that I don't have videos where I'm not showing this right here and all the documents inside the book. I do. The reason why I sell the book is because it's everything consolidated into one link that you can just click, come in here, print out these documents, right? You can click all these, exhibit, whatever. This is the class action lawsuit. You can print this out and you can walk into a dealership and you can throw it in their face and say, hey, I know what the hell's going on here. I'm not some dumb customer. Fix my damn car, right? You got other documents right here that you can click links to. It's going to take you to different forums and stuff like that. What is this? Showing you like other things that are going wrong with the cars and stuff like that. All of this is in there. So, all of these documents are always linked in the videos. It's just you have to go through, maybe you are like me, right? I made all these videos. So just imagine how much research I put in to making all these videos for the last 3 years. This is my first one right here. This is my first one. So I'm not going to play it for YouTube's sake, even though it's my video. Oh, come on, don't do that. It likes to screw me over. But yeah, so I just want you guys to know that I've done all the research to help you out. Your content is great. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. Maybe consider purchasing the book, because in your situation, 2015 Kia Optima, if you don't have the KSDS or any preparation, they're going to try to screw you over. I can promise you that, even with the KSDS. But if you want some type of protection for you, again, like I said, like everybody's doing today, consider, look, it's $10. Or you can go through, you could just come through all the videos and there's no You Have Carl's Garage channel and straight out of content, right? And then you could just, without spending the $10, and then you could just, go through the videos, go through my latest videos, which are right here. Yeah, these are some of my latest videos. And just, this right here is the video with the lawyer, right? Which is a great video with the lawyer who's kind of handling the class action lawsuit. I haven't heard anybody. I seen somebody contact them, but I haven't heard much. So I don't know what he's really doing or not doing. I don't understand how they are getting away with the oil consumption problems, but they should take these cars off the market. Well, they won their lawsuit, so that's how they can get away with it. G-Tech, I'm looking for a 2024 Kia Seltos. Do these issues So don't buy a Kia or a Hyundai in 2024. Period. I don't know how much clearer I can say that. But because you talked about the Kia Seltos, let's go back in time and go to my Kia Seltos video. So let's see if we can find it, guys. Let's go back. Let's go back in time to a time far, far ago in one of these damn playlists where I talk about the 2022 Kia Carnival. I'm almost there. I know it's around here somewhere. I can smell it. Tell me if you guys see it. If you guys see it, let me know. Hey, right there, Carl, you passed it. Don't buy Kia until you watch this video. Engines replaced. Because those cars have the new recall, which is a piston ring recall. It's PNSS, piston ring recall going on with those new motors. I have it in here somewhere. I might have to search it, but I know I have a Kia Seltos do not buy video in here somewhere. I might just have to search it. Yep. Is that it? Kia Carnival. But the Seltos is in here too. Dang it. Oh, there it is right there. Kia Seltos right there. So here you go, buddy. Right here. Go watch this video. It is a straight out of content video. Doing well, 7,000 views 3 years ago. Kia sold Seltos recalled for faulty oil rings. It's called the piston ring oil. Again, I was supposed to write a book for that to help people go to the dealer and get that piston ring recall software. So when it does fail, and it will, you can get the engine replaced. But I just haven't had time. My business is so busy. So I hope that helped you out, G-Tech. G-Tech, listen, you get what you pay for when you look for cheap. Those cars, they look cool, right? The Kia, what's the one? The Kia Stinger looks cool, right? But, you know, it's trying to compete with a 3 Series BMW. Just get the 3 Series BMW. It's trying to compete with the C-Class Mercedes. Just get the C-Class Mercedes. It's trying to compete with, I don't know, a nice Toyota Camry. Just get the Camry, right? There's a series Audi. Just get the Audi. I can go on and on and on and on and on with cars to just get the other ones versus the Kia. Alex says, so in my case, would you suggest getting rid of it? As it needs a new cat and starter, the car shakes from underneath when revving up. Does the cat need to be cleaned? Is that the cat? No, the car shakes, period. My car used to shake all the time. My car used to shake all the time. I remember taking it to, because we were driving a lot back when we lived in Harris County, and I would take it from Harris County, Cypress to Montgomery County, Spring, Texas, and on 99, which is a route, like a road where you can go like 75 miles an hour. I think the speed limit's 70, but you can go up to 80. And by the time I would take it, because it's like a 40-minute drive, to drop my daughter off at volleyball, whenever I'd be in the parking lot, that thing would be humming. It'd just be shaking some. Because, you know, those rod bearings are already worn out, even with the full synthetic oil. Because I bought my car with 75,000 miles on it in 2019, and I got rid of it with 160-something thousand miles on it in 2023. So, I mean, it lasted me a decent amount of time for everything that I needed. But could I go long distances with it? No. There was like a year and a half I couldn't go long distances with it. And every time I was driving it, I was, you know, really nervous. And I even have a video of when it left me stranded and stuff like that. So, no, I would get rid of it as soon as possible. I don't know if you can find somebody to help take a trade in. I know my cousin, my wife's little cousin, he got his engine replaced and he immediately sold it because he already paid it off. He sold it, took the money and bought a truck, bought a Chevy Colorado. Don't buy a Kia, no. Well, don't plan on keeping it, LOL. But to be fair, I had my car 6 years, so should I continue changing the oil? I mean, yeah, you have to continue changing the oil. You have it 6 years, do you owe on it? Are you still paying on it after 6 years? That's the big question. Because if you are, then you're kind of shit out of luck if you're still paying on it. If you own it, then get rid of it. Because it's even, like, I give you, before the Chevy was crashed, I got the car for $2,000, right? That Chevy Impala that I had that I fixed up, that was like a police car or a former patrol car that I fixed up. And that's because I used to drive it when I worked for the company. And that thing still had 200,000 miles on it. It would outrun any Kia on the market. I mean, that thing was a tank. It was a tank. That's why I bought it as a second car, so that, you know, if we needed to just do something locally or whatever, we'd have a second car, or if the Lexus was down or whatever, then we'd have that before the accident. So, and then even when I fixed it, remember, it had that big front accident and it still ran. I sold that thing, the guy fixed it up, and it's still in somebody's possession right now, still running even after that accident. That's what I'm saying. I love Chevys. I'd buy another one. I just haven't had the time to look and find, you know, the right car that I knew that could just run like that. G-Tech says, I was looking at the Kia Seltos or the Subaru Crosstrek. We'll look at the Subaru and said, no, man, you don't know much about cars? You seem like you liking all the cars. that run like shit. You like all the cars that remember the Subarus. They got a boxer motor. Their pistons are horizontal, almost like Porsches. Well, basically, yeah, like a Porsche. Yeah, so Subarus have their own mechanical issues. So I wouldn't buy a Subaru either. Great rally car, but they got their own issues, and they always have oil leaks. Like they got mad oil. They're just like Beamers. They got oil leaks. I don't know if that's the case. If that's the type of car that you want, just get a Tacoma. It's going to cost you more, but it's going to last you forever. Just get a Tacoma. If you want like because a Crosstrek and then the Seltos, you're trying to get like a small SUV or even a RAV4. If that's what you want is a small SUV or even a Lexus NX. Yeah, I have the RX, but you can get the little brother, the NX. Little 2-liter turbo. Thing's going to last you forever. Yes, I'm getting a Subaru. No, don't get a Subaru. Yeah, I got mine for $2K. Mine also at 75. Yeah, Alex. Yeah, if you got your car for $2,000, you can do whatever the hell you want with it. It don't matter. You know what I mean? You already got your miles out of it. That's why I didn't feel so bad when the Chevy got crashed. I was like, hey, I got what I needed out of it. I wish I had it longer, but it did serve its purpose, and it's not that big of a hit. It's only a couple grand. I named all the good SUVs. Any Toyota SUV, any Honda SUV, most new Chevy SUVs, like the Chevy Blazer. Those again, but yeah, the new Chevy Blazers are just regular little cars. Like there's just a bunch. I'm trying to think of some other. Acura. Acura has great, it's Honda, it's the exact same thing. The RDX is gonna run forever. The RDX is gonna run forever. That's the little brother to the MDX. Acura RDX, Acura MDX. And again, buy old, right? You know what I mean? I know there were some issues with a 3.5 liter V6 in the Chevys. I forgot what year, but as long as you're buying 2016 and newer, that's when technology really changed. You got a lot of port injection, direct injection cars. And that's when SUVs really changed because that's when the SUV market really started to take off and people started to get those more often than they did other cars. So those are just some of the suggestions off the top of the head. Like I said, the Lexus NX, you can get those things super cheap. Even you don't got to get like a all-wheel drive, spec'd out Lexus RX that I have, but an RX 350, 2016 and newer, is a great tank. And I think it's like one of the safest vehicles ever made or some junk like that. Like it's got like some award or something like that. No, I don't. I'm not a Buick or Lincoln type of guy. Those aren't cars. Those aren't. Do a video for SUVs best Buick. No. The GMC, because that's a truck company, so they make solid trucks. If we're going to go domestic, the Explorer has been out for forever, so they've. I would stay in the. I'd stay away from the turbos, the twin turbo V6. I'd say the naturally aspirated because turbos mess with vehicles. They're okay if they're done right. Right, the Japanese do turbos really well whenever they decide to put them on their cars. I'm trying to think. I wouldn't do anything Chrysler. I wouldn't do anything Chrysler. I wouldn't do anything Dodge. The Durango's not bad. The Hemi motor's not bad in the Durango. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite. To me, it's not the 5.3 out of the Chevy or GM. It's not the 6.2 out of the Chevy or GM. It's not the 5.7 out of the Tacoma. Out of the Tundra, because that thing's legendary. Nissan's not bad. There's just their transmissions. Like you can't even trust them. You know it's gonna go out, even in their trucks. Like you buy a Nissan, their diesels are good, but if you buy a Nissan car, you know the transmission. It's just like buying a Kia. You know the transmission is going to go out because they tried to do that fancy CVT. Oh, I don't even feel when my car shifts. And it's just a recipe for disaster. I don't know why they did that. The only car that, even their GTR in 2009, that car had crazy transmission issues. And you got to be very careful whenever you get one used. But that's the reason why you see a lot of these Kia Optimas, two cars you see on the road that everybody driving crazy in. Kia Optimas, Hyundai Sonatas, and the number one killer of all time, the Nissan Altima. Because they're the cheapest. When I was at CarMax, they would be like, okay, if they can't get this, if they can't get the car they want, put them in an Altima. It was the number one car sold in America because it's cheap. And these companies, they target. That's why they got ads on the NBA and stuff like that. They target a specific group, right? They have all these datas. They have all these datas. They have all this data on what group to target and who can get into their cars that they have, based off of credit scores, income. Why do you think the Chargers are number one stolen? Optimas and Kias are stolen cars because these cars wind up in not the best areas, and people with not the best credit scores and not the best income situation are able to get into them very, very easy. You go to get the Toyota Camry and they go, I can't get you in a Camry, but I can get you in this Sonata. And then you go, okay, great. And boom, they know they just got another lick. It's sad, it sucks. And this is the reason why, I started Carl's Garage to help you guys out outside of Straight Outta Content, as Straight Outta Content turned into my business channel. But all I can do is put the information out there. It's up to, as you can see on the screen, of all the videos that I've done, from lives to actual videos and editing. This all takes a lot of time to let people know. You know what I mean? I've had some haters talk about oh, you're selling a book and there's all this other stuff. I'm like, you know how much time I put in over the last 3-4 years? All these videos, editing, filming, lives, research, staying up to date for a few $100s worth of books sales. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't add up. I can see if I was doing like 1,000 books a day, that would be great. That would be awesome. That would be the life, but that's not my reality. And it's not like that I make any of these videos private. I could be a dick and be like, you know what? You could only, like everybody else out there, you need a master class on how to get your engine replaced and go to this and sign up for free and then get this pamphlet and then I will you into getting a book and a course and I make everything private. I'm not doing that. Look, if you don't want to go through all these videos on 2 different channels and 3 different playlists, you can just get the book, get a couple documents, download. Everything here is downloadable. Even this pamphlet right here, this is what, I found the digital version. I have a video of when they sent me the paper version. I found a digital version and put it in the book. Any document that I find, I come in here, I throw it in the book for you guys so that you guys have it, right? It's $10. It's $10. Doesn't, you know what I mean? It's food money. The money I made today, we bought Wendy's with. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing this to get rich by any stretch of the imagination. It's physically impossible to get rich off of selling this book. But the little, monies and whatever, they do help and stuff like that. So he said, I watch a lot of your videos. Yeah, Alex. And that's what I'm saying, like Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex can be like, F that book. F that book. I'll just watch the videos. And that's what I suggest people do. But I understand that we live in a world of, microwave and people want it ready, made, cooked, and, prepared for them. So I took my time and I wrote this book and wrote everything in it and put it all together nice and neat and got real customer testimonials from people that I screenshotted and put all the documents. I did all this myself. This took months to do. It's not easy. And then to learn how to put it on Amazon and all this other stuff, it was just a dream and I did it. I'm looking for a compact all-wheel drive SUV. The Nissan, I'm tripping. Because I have the letter N on the Lexus NX, perfect car. Now, if you're looking for something, you said compact, yeah. So compact, the Lexus NX, or compact Toyota RAV4. Legendary, right? A RAV4 is legendary. You can do whatever you want to it. whatever. It's going to run forever. You might have stupid small issues like the fuel pump or something stupid, right? Because they've been having like fuel pump issues or whatever. It's going to run. The Acura RDX, great SUV, cheap too. You get an RDX for cheap. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Come on, guys, let's look. Come on, let's look at Auto Trader. Let's go to autotrader.com. Let's go to Auto Trader. Let's see. We're gonna look up compact SUVs. So I'm just gonna click this. I'm gonna click on this. We're gonna click search. Let's look at compact SUV. This is how I search vehicles. I'm gonna look in Texas. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Used. Well, you know what? We won't even do used. We'll just do new. And we're going to go to body style, and we're going to go to SUV. SUV, crossover, and then you want drive type. So you want all-wheel drive. So we're going to go cylinders. I'm going to touch that. Where is engine displacement, transmission? Is that, nope, definitely automatic. And then fuel type, mileage, drive type, all-wheel drive, boom. And then I always come up here and I always go to relevance and I always go to lowest price. Right? I'm doing this live with you guys, right? So for some reason they're considering these Jeeps as small SUVs. The Jeep isn't bad. Not bad. Not none of these old ones. No. Stay the hell away from that. That right there, stay the hell away from that. What are we looking at? Subaru, look, cheap. That thing's gonna blow on you in a couple minutes. The transmission's gonna blow on you in this. Subaru Forester, that's gonna go. Let's see, Mini Cooper, BS. A lot of Subarus, the Hummer, if that's got the 5-cylinder in it, stay the hell away from it. Why are all these, is this SUV crossover, what am I missing? All-wheel drive, vehicles make 500 miles. We're gonna change this to nationwide. I don't have any makes selected, but you can see that all the cheapest cars, this is what I want to let you guys know. You know, all the cheapest cars are the cars I told you guys to stay away from, except for the Jeep. But again, it's still super cheap. But you see a lot of these Subaru Crosstreks, right? Super cheap. It's super cheap for a reason. It's super cheap for a reason. Now there's Honda, look at this. Look at this Honda CRV. 2003, 218,000 miles on it for $2,000. You can't go wrong there. I used to have a Jeep Compass. Wasn't that bad. Look, for $2,400, $2,500, you could buy it, beat it to death. It doesn't matter. It only costs you $2,000, $2,500. You can't really go bad there. And again, this is nationwide. I don't even know what state that is. I'd stay the hell away from that. But it did, the engines. Nissan engines are good. Their transmissions are horrible. But look, this one lasted 312,000 miles. Can't beat it. Stay the hell away from that. We're looking for good deals here. I'd stay the hell away from all these. I don't know what the hell they're doing. They're tripping. They're on their way out. This one made it to 251. Nah, you're bugging. You are bugging. Look at all these. Ugh. Look, it is here for a reason. Let's go to some of the top brands. Let's go to Acura because that is. Did I have Acura on here? Oh, Acura is listed. Acura. We're going to add another make. We're going to add Toyota. We're going to add Hyundai. And we're going to add Chevy. The Cadillac is Chevy too. If you want to be a little more fancy, you can add Cadillac too. I'll just do it because it's right here. And no, let me do 5. You know, I'm going to replace Cadillac with lettuce. So I'm going to, by lettuce, I mean Lexus. I'm going to replace it just in case because I would rather have a Lexus than a Cadillac. Okay, so now 10 people, guys. Hey, appreciate you guys all in here. Mr. G-Tech said, I'm looking for a compact all-wheel drive SUV. So right now we have all-wheel drive. We have SUV selected in Auto Trader, and we got the lowest. So these are the lowest price compact all-wheel drive SUVs that are Acura, Chevy, Honda, Lexus, and Toyota. So here we go. CRV, remember the one I said $2,000, spending money on it? Boom, go. 321,000 miles this Honda Element made it to. This Toyota 4Runner, 425,000 miles. This Toyota 4Runner, that's what I'm saying. These vehicles are legendary. If you can find one with the right miles, something that I like to do is seller type, and then I like to go to vehicle history. I like to do no accidents and single owner. This way I know I'm getting it right from the last person who had it last. And usually people have a vehicle for, this many thousand miles that they took care of it because it was their only vehicle for that many thousand miles. But look at this, a Toyota RAV4 99. I don't know what year, how old you want to go. If you guys want to leave a comment, Mr. G-Tech, if you want to say, hey, I don't want to go any older than blank. Me, my best year from all the knowledge of car knowledge that I know is 2016 and up. That was like a pivotal year. Capital One Auto has really good search engine for cars. Yeah, I actually use Capital One Auto for my Lexus. Great company. Again, more RAV4, 250,000 miles. And again, I don't know what your goal is. I know I'm looking for a truck right now, and I don't really mind the motors because I don't really mind the miles because I can do a lot of stuff. But this 2004 Honda Element with 80,000 miles on it is still worth 10 grand. In 2024, that's 20 years later, this vehicle's still worth 10 grand because somebody didn't put any miles on it. Remember, this is no accidents and one owner. That's the value. So also know that too, whenever you're buying any of these 5 cars, maybe not necessarily Chevy so much, but when you're buying a Honda, Acura, Toyota, or Lexus, the value, you're holding value in your vehicle because there's no way that 19 years later, this car should still be worth this much. But it is because they just keep going and going and going. Now, if we go up, we want something a little more modern. You're like, you know what, Carl, those are too old. I want something a little more modern. I'm between, 25 and 35 grand I'm willing to pay. Then nationwide lowest price, 2016 SUV all-wheel drive. These are all front-wheel drive, so we're going to... Let's see more. Let's see more. Coupe, convertible truck. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Because I know mine's all-wheel drive, and mine's an SUV, and mine's not in here. So that's very weird that this is not in here for a Lexus. That it wouldn't show any. Something's off in my search. Because I have a 2016 Lexus RX 350 all-wheel drive, and it's not in here. Oh, manual. How the hell is manual on? There we go. There we go. I knew something was off. When I bought my Sonata from a friend, I called up Midas for the maintenance record, so if I was to sell the car, it could demand more. I guess, I don't know who you would demand more to. It wouldn't be to a dealer. Because the dealer knows exactly what's going on with those cars. So here we go. RAV4, 23,000 miles on it, 30 grand. 2021. That thing's gonna last you forever. I bought my Lexus with 29,000 miles on it. It's just now getting broken in at night, and I drive a lot. We drive a lot. So I don't really know what your budget is, Mr. G-Tech, but again, I would stay away from Chevy Trax. They're not a bad car. Those things will run forever. These little Trax, and they're super cheap, but this one's got some damage to it. The Equinox are okay. They're okay. I wouldn't get an Equinox. The 4-cylinder is not bad. The little 4, what is this, a little 4? Yeah, a little 4. It's not bad. It's not bad. I wouldn't do it because of the resale value. It's a 2016 with only... This one is 2016 with 169,000 miles, and it's already at 8 grand. 2017, and it's already at 8 grand. Like, it's already dropped down to 8 grand. I wouldn't. You got to be very smart with your. It really all depends on what you want it for. But you notice how all the Chevys, I've got all these cars listed. You notice how all the Chevys are first. So it's going in order of value, naturally, right? So all the Chevys are first. You're not even going to get to any other car, any of the other Japanese brands, value until you get into like damn near the $10,000 range. Then you might start seeing one or the other car. You don't see, we're pushing $10,000. You don't even see it. So on the whole first page is just Chevys. No, let's see on the second page. That's not bad for that little Tahoe, 26. I'd have to be a little further down. Yep, see, Chevy Tahoe, Chevy. And this right here should tell you that, oh, here we go. What I say, 10 grand. So the first Japanese car, again, with 218,000 miles on it, is still worth, this is worth just as much as this car, just as much as this Chevy. Look at this right here. There's $1 difference. So this is what you guys, and whoever's watching this in the future, you guys really got to pay attention and look at things like this. This vehicle right here with double the miles of both of these cars is still being sold for the exact same amount. We're looking at all-wheel drive. They're both all-wheel drive, and they're all-wheel drive. 2016, right? This one's 2016. They're all the same year and everything, but this one is still holding its value. So whenever you're looking at cars, this is what you should be looking at. Not if it's cute, right? This one's probably better looking than this one, or one of these up here are better looking than that one. I don't know. But this one, the first one that we got to on the second page, the first Japanese car that we got to has double the miles and it's still worth 10 grand versus this car. So this means if these Chevys get to 200,000 miles, they're not going to be worth anything close to 10 grand. Anything close to 10 grand. Let's keep scrolling down. Because again, and that was the only Honda. Look, we haven't even seen Toyota, Acura, or Lexus yet. We still haven't seen. We're on the second page. We only seen one Honda. Everything is, that's how, oh, here we go. Honda right here. 169, 2016, 10 grand. That's what I'm saying. Like we haven't even seen an Acura or Lexus yet. That's how high the value is. That's what you're getting. You're getting longevity. The person probably bought it from 10 from the Honda. Yeah, exactly. Like we're not even, I'm still scrolling. Look, this is how, look, it's all Chevys. A 2020 with 148,000 miles on it for 11 grand. You could never find that maybe in Mitsubishi. And I didn't, maybe in Mitsubishi you could find it, but here we go. RAV4, 184,000 miles on it for 11 grand. A 2017. That's really high miles, but again, we're still talking about a RAV4 here. We're talking about a Toyota. That thing's gonna last you another 100, 150, 200,000 miles as long as you take care of it and don't beat on it. So that's why they have great price next to it. Look at the difference. They have great price next to this one. They don't have great price next to this one. And this one is 82,000 miles more. That's what I'm saying, you guys got to really pay attention to, the value of these vehicles. All right, we're going to the page 4 now, and this might be it. Because I would like to see a Lexus. I would like to see when we get into the range of Lexus. And again, you're getting what you pay for. If you want to pay 11 grand for, this 195 Honda or this, 11 grand for this 81,000 Chevy Trax, yeah, you can. Me, I'm not doing it. I see right here. I pay 11 or 12 grand for this 2017 120,000 mile RAV4. I'm big though, so I need a bigger vehicle. A RAV4 is too small for me. But I don't know, out there. But again, yeah, we haven't even touched. I don't even know what the price is for us to even see Lexus or even Acura. I've only seen Toyota and Honda. I don't even think, Honda Pilot, 208,000 miles, still worth 12 grand. Still worth 12 grand. A Chevy has to have that much. Chevy has to have barely over 100,000 miles in order to be worth as much as a Honda or Toyota or any of those other cars. We haven't even touched it. Another RAV4, 200,000 miles, it's still worth 12.5. This has 109,000 miles, and they're asking 12.5 for it. It's crazy. We're not even close. It's not even close. So, you know what? I'm just going to take off Chevy since this is going to take me forever. Now, let's see. Let's see what the cheapest. I'm going to take off Chevy and Honda since that was. Okay, so now we're at Acura, Lexus, Toyota. Of course, mad Toyotas. So the cheapest one in the country is at 11.3 with 184. But this one right here is the better value. Because 127, same year for only 11.9. Here we go, Acura RDX. That's what I was telling you guys about. Great car, 130,000 miles on it. So here we go. Now we're into, look at that, 2017, 213,000 miles. I'm not just picking these cars just because I like them either. These cars are, look at this Highlander, almost 200,000 miles for 14 grand still, 2016. These cars, like I would have to get something like this because I'm big. From your experience, they say since these are good brands like Toy or Honda, people don't take care of them since the brand is like, okay, go forever. Has this been a case or in your experience? No, not at all. Because, I mean, you do have idiots, you do have outliers. But again, remember, I'm looking, when I search, I'm searching right here. No accident, single owner. So like me, I'm the second owner of my vehicle. When we bought it, I did all this specific research to find this car. And when I found that it was a one owner of some lady in Florida who barely drove it. Remember, I bought my car in 2021, 2022. It was a 2016 with only 29,000 miles on it. I mean, she never drove it. It had all the records and everything. That's the reason why it's still a tank today. And I can drive it back and forth to Dallas like it's nothing. We drove to Orlando like it was nothing. It was just butter. It's just butter, butter, butter. Only thing I've had to change on that thing was brakes, rotors, oil, tires, and just recently the rear wheel bearings. That's it, and that's because I drive it a lot. So for the people out there who don't put 50,000 miles on their vehicle in a year like we do, it's, you know, when it's just gonna, I can't even explain how long it'll go. You know, my father has vehicles that he don't drive that much. His vehicles last forever. His vehicles last forever. He had a 2007 Hyundai Sonata or something like that that lasted him almost 300,000 miles because it was like creeping miles. You know, you drive it and then not, you drive it then not. You know what I mean? It was like, but they built the Hyundais way better back then. Once 2011 started and they decided to blitz scale, that's when the car started getting bad. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this video, man. It was a super long stream, but great. I was able to get out a lot of information for you guys. So all I can say is if you want to support the channel, hit that subscribe button, share this content with everybody that you know, if you know anybody with a Hyundai, Kia, or a Genesis vehicle. And stay tuned for all the new content that I plan on